This lesson is Complete the Square, Part 3. Here you have 7x squared minus 8x plus 3. First of all, make sure this right here where I am circling, make sure it is a 1. Again, this right here must be a 1. One more time, right here where I am circling, it has to be a 1. So the only way to get this a 1, we will divide by 7 to all of the terms. Again, divide by 7 to all of the terms. Now this number could be any number, so whatever the number is, divide by that number. One more time, whatever this is, divide by that number. So this is 7, so divide by 7 to all of the terms. Next, 7 divided by 7, that gives me 1, so here it is, here's the 1, and then 8 over 7, and then 3, 7. Next, I want to put this 3, 7 to the right side, so move this 3, 7 over to the right side, and now becomes negative 3, 7. Next, I want to focus on this second term, which is my b. Focus on this one right here. If this is a negative or positive, just ignore it. Also ignore the x, just the number only, so 8, 7. So b is 8, 7. Always divide by 2. Again, always divide 8, 7 by 2, or this letter b, or divide this second term by 2. Okay, now we have fractions, so keep, change, flip, keep, change, flip, so keep, change to multiply, flip the 1 over 2, and that comes out to be 8, and then underneath 7 times 2. Now you know that 8 can go into 2 4 times, 2 go into 2 1 time, so we cancel out the 2, so that leaves us the 4 on top and then the 7 in the bottom. So that is our key after we reduce 8 over 7 times 2. Okay, so that's reduced, so 4, 7. This is my key. Remember, make sure after you divide by 2, make sure you label that this is my key. We will need the key later. After that, square the key, so square 4, 7, which comes out to be 16 over 49. Okay, so square 4 over 7 becomes 16 over 49. Next, bring this line down. This line right here, bring this line down. So I have x squared minus 8, 7x. Give some space, equal negative 3, 7, and then space. This space right here, you will add in 1649 and also to the right as well. One more time. Bring this line down. Leave some space so that I can put 1649 on the left and also 1649 on the right. Okay, so you got to add to both sides, left and also to the right. This part right here, that is a perfect trinomial. Since I have squared, so I should have 2 sets of parentheses. I have 2x on both sides. This is a negative, so negative here and also negative here. If this was a plus, then plus, plus. If this is a negative, then negative, negative. Now put in the key, so here's my key, put it here and also on the other one as well. So again, because this is a square, you need 2 sets of parentheses, x on one, x on the other. This is a negative, so one negative and the other also a negative. Put in the key for both to this one and also to this one as well. So 4, 7, which is my key, put it in both. Next, I want to do this fractions over here. So add the fractions, and here's my work over here. So cross multiply, left side first. So negative 3 times 49 gives me negative 47. Don't forget the positive. 7 times 16 gives me 112. Bottom multiply. So multiply the bottom, 7 times 49. Here in this case, I am not going to multiply them. I'm just going to put them next to each other so that later on we can cancel something out. Okay, so 7 times 49. I did not multiply. I just put them together so that we can cancel something out. Now let's deal with the top. 147 subtract 112 gives me negative 35. And you know that 35 is 7 times 5. So therefore the 7 on top and the 7 on the bottom is canceled out. All I have left is negative 5 over 49. Okay, so this part right here where I'm circling comes out to be negative 5 over 49. Okay, next you have one set and another set. They are the same thing, so I have two, so square them. And then to get rid of square, I square root both sides, top and bottom as well. Square root and square go away, so I just have negative 47. And then this right here, negative 5 over square root negative 5 over square root 49. So square root 49, which gives me this 7. Now how do I deal with square root negative 5? So I have to work on the side. I know that negative 1 times 5 gives me negative 5. Again, negative 1 times 5 is negative 5. So I separate them. Square root 5, I cannot do anything about it, so I leave it alone. But I do know that square root negative 1 is I. Again, square root negative 1 will always be I. Again, square root negative 1, always I. And then the square root 5, we leave it alone. Okay, so square root negative 5 becomes I square root 5. Okay, next I want x to be by itself, so bring the 4 over 7 to the right side. Since this is a minus, bring it over, become positive 7. Okay, and this is our answer because there's nothing else we can do. Or you can rewrite it as this: 4 plus or minus I square root 5, and since both of my denominator are 7, I just write 7 one time. Okay, so you can write this as my answer, or you can write this as my answer. Both form are the same. Okay, so be very careful when you have these square root negative inside. So that becomes negative. When I have negative square root, when I have square root and the negative is inside, so be very careful. It is always negative 1, so square root negative 1 will give me this I. Again, square root negative 1 will give me this I. And also, since this is an even power, don't forget to plus and minus. You only put plus and minus when it's an even power. Okay, so be very careful.